Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I don't normally do talks like this, but today I had to pause and speak from a place of realness, from the heart. I just finished watching Thickianna's latest video, and to be honest, I was moved deeply. And I have to be honest. And I want to have an honest conversation, not about gossip, not about drama, but about empathy, grief, and how we treat people when they're at their lowest. Now, many of you already know who Thickianna is. Thickianna. Yeah, Thickianna. She is that bold, outspoken social media personality who's not afraid to touch controversial topics. She's quick with her words, sharp with her jokes, and often takes serious matters and spin them into comedy or commentary. Some love her, some can't stand her. But whatever side you're on, there's no denying that she's carved out her space online. She's not afraid to call people out, even when it gets messy. But in the latest video, I didn't see the usual fiery Thickianna. I saw a woman who's grieving. I saw pain behind the jokes. I saw someone barely holding it together.
Ups and downs. I've been through a lot in life, you know. We get a lot of heartbreaks. I'm going through a heap of ups and downs. I'm a heap of betrayal and so. I just meet somebody. I just start feel happy again. I met somebody and I just start feel happy again. And I just get called this morning because him laying up on him back on roadside, lifeless. Everything we can't manage, you know. We can't manage, so me don't know, see me. Me not really, I feel like I can't hold this by myself.
Grief doesn't care who you are on social media. It doesn't care how many followers you have or what controversies you've stirred up. When grief hits, it humbles you. It breaks you open in a way that no words can truly explain. When someone is grieving, they're vulnerable, they're lost. And even the strongest people, the ones who seem tough as nails, need grace, not judgment. Instead of people offering condolences, or at least keeping silent, we see people dragging her, bringing her old statements up, saying she's a hypocrite because she once bashed older women like Queenie about dating younger men, and now she's doing the same thing. And I mean, is that really what we're doing now? Let's talk about the idea of hypocrisy.
Why don't you go one side, the Queen, you know if you have them the little boy in your salt. You know if you have them the little boy in your salt, and you come talk about me.
Itstickianna was one of them. Now we're going to present the public with facts. You understand? That's why I thought this morning say, on the right Queenie, for the 2 years of marriage, 2 to 3 years of marriage last one, so how she so she a big woman, and what she do with the young boy, and she leave young boy alone. On the right through. Every opportunity wanna get on the cuss her and on the drag her, and see them. Itstickianna was one of them. Now she come out and reveal to the public, say her boyfriend is 20 years old, and we should just sit down. I should be a hypocrite. No one say she did come out and lick out against Queenie. And
yes, Thickianna had strong opinions. Yes, she talked about Queenie and Dewey. She made some harsh statement, and she stood on them loudly. Now that she finds herself possibly in a similar situation, people are calling her fake and calling her, saying she was no better. But here's the thing, people grow, people change, people learn. What someone said a year ago, 2 years ago, doesn't reflect who they are today, especially going through a loss or heartbreak. Grief can shift your entire perspective on life. It can humble even the most confident person. So maybe instead of calling her a hypocrite, we should see her as a human being, one that's navigating life, loss, and maybe even regret. We've all said things in anger. We've all judged before we understood. So if someone past words come back to haunt them during a time of deep pain, does that give you the right to pile it on? I want to say plainly, bashing someone when they're down is cruel. It doesn't make you strong. It doesn't make you righteous. It just shows lack of compassion. And it seems to be a growing trend on social media. We wait for people to fall. We wait for their vulnerable moments just to say, ha ha, got you. And then we call it accountability. But that's not accountability. That's revenge. That's bitterness. That's people projecting their own pain onto someone else. What happened to the community? What happened to offering a word of comfort or just staying silent if you don't have anything positive to say? You don't have to like someone to treat them like a human being. Thickianna may be not everybody's cup of tea, but she's someone's daughter, someone's friend, someone who's clearly dealing with loss. And I feel that this is not the time to pick out old wounds. So here's what I want to leave you with. In times like this, let's lead with grace. Even the loudest, most controversial voice hurt. Even they deserve a space to grieve. Before you type, comment, before you go live dragging someone, ask yourself, what if it were me? What if I just lost someone I loved and I was facing the internet's wrath on top of it? Would you want mercy? Would you want a moment of peace? We are so quick to preach kindness when it's trendy. We post quotes about mental health, checking on old friends, but then when we watch somebody break down, we say she had it coming. So come on, we can do better than that. I don't know the full story behind what Thickianna is going through, but what I do know, grief changes people. It softens them, and maybe, just maybe, it can soften us too if we let it. So to those hurting, grieving, or being dragged in the mud while they're down, you are not alone. And to those watching from the sidelines, choose compassion. Because when it's your turn to fall, and trust me, life makes sure we all do, you hope someone is kind enough to help you back up instead of stepping on you while you're down. So guys, thanks for listening, and let's try to do better with each other. One love.